What did I just do? Undo everything I just did. Thank you.
Everyone in the service industry has a story, crazy customers, wild orders, and WTF moments. Do you want to start a tab? The podcast here to bring you those tales from behind the bar. My name's Carl. I've been in the hospitality industry for over 13 years now.
My name's Riley. I spent a total of maybe 2 years in the hospitality industry, and I spent a lot of time frequenting hospitality industry businesses.
You're a hospitality observer.
Yes.
So here, what we do on this lovely little podcast is we read stories about the hospitality industry, usually off Reddit, but sometimes we find other posts. We talk about it. We discuss should it have been handled differently. Was it handled perfectly? Is there an asshole? Is there a hero? Then we rate the story 1 through 5, 1 being your average run-of-the-mill story, 5 being a unique situation where you just have to tell it to the world. And what makes this podcast even better is we drink on this podcast.
Yes, we do.
And today we are drinking a beer that is brewed at the brewery I work at. Bangers is the series, and basically it's a gluten-free sour, kettle sour. And this one is a double cherry limeade.
Ooh, double cherry limeade.
Double cherry limeade. Cheers.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yep. I like the first version better, or like the first release. This is still good, but cherry limeade is probably a very popular combination with everything.
Yeah, but I think the first version was less cherry flavor, and I think that's why you liked it, because you like the lime flavor more. But
No. It was a whole completely different flavor.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the first version of this. Yeah, the strawberry acai was great.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this one. I like cherry limeade. I just always complain that there's not enough cherry in it, so this is perfect.
There's never enough cherry in it. All right. Do you want to start?
I can. So I decided to go on the side of wholesome today.
Uh-oh.
And do we want completely wholesome or wholesome and funny?
You choose.
No, you tell me.
Wholesome and funny, of course.
This was posted in the True Off My Chest subreddit, posted by Gibranes 5 years ago. And it's called Dear Drunk Guy Who Approached Me While I Was Crying in Front of a Bar.
Okay.
Thank you for offering me a bite of your burrito. The way you looked at me, then it, as though it was a prized family heirloom before sincerely and confidently presenting it to me was honestly one of the most genuine interactions I've had in Sydney and possibly my whole life. I was crying because someone had put LSD in my beer and it was taking me for the strangest non-consensual drug ride of my life. I knew it was acid because when I asked my boyfriend who had shared my beer with me how he felt, he said, "My only purpose in this realm is to be as undefined as possible." Anyway, this is in November of last year in Bondi Beach. I hope you see this and know my boyfriend and I couldn't stop laughing about our interaction for the next few days.
Wow. I mean, way to take the very bad situation of someone drugging you.
Yeah, and see, you have to turn things funny to cope sometimes.
Right. That's awesome.
I can just, but like the way that the OP wrote this was so succinctly descriptive.
Right.
The way that he looked at her, then looked at the burrito, then looked at her, and just did that move.
Right.
You want some?
That's
I
so
love
funny.
it. I love it.
I mean, obviously, we don't advocate drugging people without their consent.
Absolutely not.
But yeah, I mean, good for them. I mean, because it's not like you gave them a little like edible or weed. Like you gave them LSD, so they're gonna be fucked up from 8 to 12 hours probably.
Right.
And everything, but
That's way too long. That's way too long
you gotta
to have a non-consensual drug trip.
Right. But I mean, hey, at least they enjoyed their time in Sydney, Australia, right?
Maybe. Did they?
I don't know. I mean, sounds like they were at least not super pissed about the situation.
Maybe. I don't know.
Now, obviously, there's not really too much more to discuss about this story. Obviously, the asshole is the person that drugged this person, but then the hero is the person who got drugged and the burrito.
Right.
But for just the overlaying arch of people being drugged, it's happened to me. It's happened to you.
Yep.
I'm just going to say a 1.6. Just because the interaction with the burrito and their fun experience gives it more than just...
Yeah. You said 1.6?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think it deserves more than that. I've been the drunk person to offer somebody food. I've been the drunk person to like help comfort somebody who is having a rough time.
Sure.
So I agree with you. I think 1.4.
Okay.
I'm gonna split hairs because it's not exceptional, but it's still just like a good story.
Right. Absolutely. All
And
right.
there's nothing more that we can really say about it. Don't drug people.
Right.
Don't give people drugs against their consent, especially not LSD.
For sure. So if you have a story similar to that, or maybe you have your own I got drugged story that you'd like to share that you're comfortable sharing with us,
Right,
we do
that's
have
important.
Yes, comfortable. We do have a subreddit called "Do You Want to Start a Tab?" The link for it is in the description of any podcast player that you're listening this to. And also, if you would like to share it verbally with us, we have a phone number 563-277-0072. Leave us up to a 3-minute voicemail about a story that you'd like to share or about a view of a story that we've read and you agree or disagree with our points.
Right. I'm still waiting for a live play-by-play
Yeah, I
of
know.
something that's happening in a bar. Can't wait.
Can't wait. Yes, once we get to like probably 100,000 downloads, well, that's obviously a bigger audience, and we'll get some drunk person that's like, let's do it. So what you should do is program this phone number in your phone already and call it.
Call when drunk.
Yeah, but you save it as a tab, as a contact. Because when you're drunk, trying to find the number is going to be hard. But if it's already saved in your phone,
Right.
I'm helping everyone out.
You and I have two completely different views on phone use because you never save any numbers. And I save every number because even if it's somebody I don't ever want to talk to again, I want to know that I don't ever want to talk to them again. So don't answer the phone because this is who it is.
I just blocked their number then.
That's a good call, but I don't like that. I don't do that.
Oh my God.
but like I want to know.
I want to know.
Yeah. Like I want to know if you're trying to contact me so I can ignore you.
Now I know why all my calls go unanswered.
Yeah, absolutely.
Missed call. You have been blocked.
That's going to be the end of next month is absolutely that's going to happen.
Why the end of next month?
In Kansas City.
Oh, yeah.
My phone will be on Do Not Disturb.
All right. So I got a little story. 44 days ago.
Ooh, look at you.
Look at me. Am I the asshole? Subreddit. I love polar bears. Posted this. Am I the asshole for asking my friends to tip the bartender? What's TLDR stand for?
Too long didn't read.
Okay.
That's the long and short of it is.
So that's what they started with. I enjoy making drinks for people. I hosted a party. Oh, I see. They're giving a quick synopsis of
Yes.
it, right?
The too long didn't read. Here's the.
All right, let's not
long.
read that then.
Okay.
Let's just, okay. I'm 43. I'm not up on all the little,
Reddit is made for people your age.
I know.
That's the TLDR started on Reddit.
Yeah, still, whatever. Anyways, so I am a 24 female, enjoy making drinks and bartending to a sense. I enjoy learning to make new drinks and making tasty drinks for people. I also
Did you write this? Sorry.
No, why?
Just the way that you say words like tasty and yummy and continue.
So I, 24 female, enjoy making drinks and bartending to a sense. I enjoy learning to make new drinks and making tasty drinks for people. I also enjoy hosting, so we will often have get-togethers at my place that my friend group likes my alcohol selection. Because alcohol is expensive, I have a little jar on the counter that says, just the tip. And when we agree on info in the group chat, I'll often say, don't forget to tip your bartender. Some of my friends do, some don't. I don't worry too much about it. On to the event. We were having a little Halloween party this last weekend, and there was one friend, 23 male, we'll call him Jack, who was drinking quite a bit. a lot more than everyone else. With shots and the drinks I made him, he drank almost half of the 1.75 liter bottle. I was just a little annoyed at the party at his behavior was an issue overall, but I decided to deal with it the next day. I texted him around 11 a.m. asking if he was good, how he was feeling, checking in on him. Then around 4 p.m., I sent him, hey, also, if you don't mind, could you Venmo or cash me like $5 or $10? You drank quite a bit last night. I texted Monday at around 2 p.m., said, hey, I'm not trying to be mean, but you basically finished half a bottle of vodka. Alcohol isn't cheap. Would you mind sending me like $5? And got berated with texts about how I'm the host and I shouldn't be asking him to pay for alcohol when he's brought alcohol in the past. That he then took the remainder home afterwards. I told him that if he's going to just come to get free alcohol, then have to be practically carried home, then he can bring his own alcohol next time and we won't be having any of mine. I thought this would be done and it would blow over. And then he ended up complaining to a couple others in the group and then messaged me and were like, what's the issue? While explaining it to them. It got into our main group chat with 11 of us and became a whole thing, to which many people thought I was joking when I asked for people to tip me. Got told that's not what friends do. Got told I'm selfish and kind of an asshole. I ended up sort of going off on the group saying how bringing some food or bringing some dollar beer doesn't repay how much they drink sometimes. And when people do pay me back, it's rarely more than a couple bucks in their pocket. The group chat has been quiet since. I talked to my partner about it and she supports how I feel, but I'm kind of feeling like I should just let it go. So am I the asshole?
I feel like we are in a uniquely qualified position given what we are currently staring at
And we do this all the time.
to respond to this question.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be, it hurts me to say this, but kind of the asshole.
I agree.
Not because you want people to contribute, because it does get expensive to have friends over and you be the sole person providing alcohol.
Yep.
Not the asshole in that regard. But like, you need to firmly state your expectations. Like, hey guys, I'm making cocktails. Is there any way y'all can pitch in $5 for ingredients?
Mm-hmm.
And like, if they're good friends, they're not going to complain about that because they know that if when they come to your house, they're getting more than $5 worth of drinks. It's
Mm-hmm.
everybody's winning at that point.
Yep. It's the reason why it's the asshole is because she keeps bugging him about it. If it was set expectations before the party began, like, hey, I'm going to do this. Is everyone okay with putting in $5 or $10 before I buy all of this?
Right.
And then if you say bringing food doesn't count, that's fine. That's still kind of an asshole move because if people are bringing food, that's
well, I mean, if people are bringing food, proportionally, that's going to cost less than the amount of booze everybody is going to drink.
I guess it's just how many people you're going to have over.
Yeah, if everybody brings a dish, you have potluck style, then it's easy to spend less money than the person who's providing the booze.
Right.
We are well familiar with this. But like, it's not about it's about not setting the expectation beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to pay for your friends to drink, then have it be BYOB.
Mm-hmm.
Or communicate that, hey, can you all contribute something and I'll make special cocktails or something.
Right. Just like, because like if you say this last party cost me $80, I had to pay $80 in alcohol.
Right.
And
nobody's bringing an $80 potluck dish.
Right.
Unless somebody made a lasagna in these days. But that, or set rules like this is how much alcohol I will be providing. After that, nobody gets to drink anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And we've done that here. Not necessarily in that way, but it's like, hey, do you see all of our bottles? Here's the expectation of the ones that you don't touch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's not setting expectations and then
Getting mad after.
then getting it afterwards, because then maybe things would have been handled differently. Maybe that guy would have brought something else, maybe. And that's what a lot of our friends do or if we go places. We might not bring enough alcohol for people to drink, or they might not, but they'll bring something to contribute, like a 12-pack of beer,
right,
or a bottle of rum, just whatever,
right.
And so, like, we're always okay with that.
Yeah, but then again, we open our home as like for you, it's kind of a point of pride to serve our friends alcohol. But when we invite people over, we expect, like, we make it very clear there are some people that you invite over that you're like, hey, come drink with us.
Mm-hmm.
Give me $10 for whatever, $50 for whatever, depending on the amount of time and the amount of people.
Yep.
and the amount of prep it takes. And it becomes transactional, but those are generally people that are using the space as more of a social hour for them and using you to make drinks.
Right.
Versus when we have friends over, we'll make batch cocktails and hey, anything that we end up making in the meantime. But and our friends really don't come down here and touch things unless we tell them to go grab it. Or
They're more scared of it than we are.
they're more scared of it than they are of us, for sure. They don't know what to touch.
It's overwhelming. Yeah, but yeah, it's just, again, setting the expectations prior, but you coming afterwards and saying this is what you did and I need that now.
Yeah.
You're drawing a line in the sand and now you're telling people to pick sides of which argument it needs to be.
Right.
So, I mean,
like we're not saying that you're wrong for wanting people to pay you. We're saying that you're wrong for the way you went about it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Especially Carl, you are the friend that goes and drinks not vodka, but a lot of booze in one sitting.
That's why I bring my own.
Right. Right. So it makes sense that you would want them to pitch in or buy cheaper shit.
Yeah.
I mean, all of the warehouse stores, Costco, Sam's Club, whatever, they have handles of vodka for $20.
Yep. Yeah. The ruling is they are the asshole currently.
Yeah.
And basically it's what we talked about. It's you didn't set expectations beforehand. And yes, when you put up a little tip jar, that is kind of funny because we kind of have this tip jar down here.
We do, and it is a joke.
It is a joke.
Like we're like,
our
hey,
neighbor
cool.
bought it for us, which is great. I mean that
Right.
the kindness of her buying for it is funny. And some people put $1 or $2 in there. I don't even look at that thing. And people ask me like, look, I just don't care. Like if you want to, you want to. If you don't, you don't.
Right. Like it's not an expectation. It's just. I mean, it is a courtesy. And would we say no to people tipping when they came down here and drank our booze for free? Not at all. But we're also not going to force it unless it's a transaction that we have previously discussed.
Right. Yep. Exactly. So yeah, this is kind of a shorter day. Your story was like micro short.
Yeah, I thought you would have more to say about it.
Like what else?
I don't know.
I mean, like, but yeah. Do you have one last thing to say?
Don't be a dip.
Don't be a dip.
Don't be a dip.
Don't be a dipper.
No, let me start over. Don't be a dip.
Don't be a dick.
Tip your bartender. Drink responsibly. It only took 3 tries.